to for you to realize that there is a lot of value over there for you. Seriously, like I post stuff frequently, very frequently. I go in there and I'm adding in, different things. Yesterday I just put this post up of me doing some cold calls. I'm actually trying to load something up, so if I sound a little bit preoccupied, it's because I'm trying to do two things at once here, which I'm really not good at doing normally, especially when I've got a webinar going on. But right now, I'm going to be loading up this little gift for some of you guys. For those of you that are here, I've got a little gift for you. For those of you that are paying attention, you're going to get something cool today that I'm going to show. I mean, eventually everybody's going to get it, but it's always nice to get things before everyone else, right? So bear with me as I decided to do this at the last minute, and I'm just zipping up the file right now, and then I'm going to load it up on the server, and I'm going to give all you guys a link. The man of gifts. Thank you, Kathy. Appreciate that. Both of the Kathys actually said that. One said the man bearing gifts. The other one said you're such a giver. Sidra, glad to see you. We're getting ready to start here in just a second. I want to do something a little bit different today. These trainings that we do are geared towards what you need help with. So these trainings are all about you, and while I like to call them hot prospector trainings, they're really just prospecting trainings. They're not necessarily, I mean, I use hot prospector while I'm doing it, but if you're in a part in your business and you can't afford the $39 to get hot prospector, well then you may have to start off with some other tools, and I get that. So let me see here. I'm almost done. I've got the file uploaded. Now I'm getting ready to create a little pretty link. And I'm going to drop the link in here for you guys. Bam. All right, it's done. Okay. So let me go back to my screen here. I know you guys can't see what's going on because I've got the screen paused. So hopefully I have it paused. Yes, I do. Good. Let me unpause my screen and let me start the recording. If I do, just so you know, when I load these kind of recordings up, they only make it to I'm going to try Screencast-O-Matic today, give them a shot. These recordings that I do are only going to make it to the YouTube channel. I don't ever mail these out. So if you're expecting to get this like sent to you, then that won't happen. There we go. So I've got this recording set up, and let's go ahead and get started. Awesome. Okay, so welcome everybody. Today we've got a few things that we're going to be doing. Number one, I'm going to share this link to everyone. Look at Jim, all impatient. Where's the link to the freebie? Slow down, Jim. I know it's Thursday and you're probably really excited about the weekend, but I'm going to drop it in here in a second. I know sometimes when we're half listening, we miss things, and I understand. I do that too when I'm on webinars. I'm like multitasking, and my webinars are not good for multitasking because literally, I mean, there's just so much stuff that we go over that I show my screen when I'm doing these types of trainings, so it just makes a lot of sense for you to be here and present. So guys, I'm going to first off show you, before I actually drop the link, I'm going to show you exactly what it is that I'm going to be giving you, so you know exactly what it is. So if you're not watching the screen right now, come back to the screen. Valerie, Trace, I can see if you guys are watching. David's, there's a few of you. Chris, all you guys that are not watching. Carol, come on over here and pay attention for a moment so I can show you exactly what you're going to get. Okay. So here we go. I have been working on some updates to Hot Lead Finder for a while, and I don't know, for those of you that's watched my screen, or my video, sorry, on YouTube, then you may have seen this kind of, in the process of, it's in the works. There's a few little kinks that I'm working out before I drop it to everyone, but it's pretty good as it stands. There's just a few little bugs, or not bugs, more quirky things that I want to get fixed before we actually release it. But I want to show this to you guys today. And since I'm showing it to you live, I just don't want to tease you anymore. I'm going to give you access to this new version. Okay? So what are the features? What are the features that we've added? Well, we haven't really added much as far as search capabilities, but we fixed, we've made things a lot better. Okay? So I'm gonna show you some things here that I think you're gonna like. First off, we added the total lead count up here so you could see what you're searching for when you're searching. You get better results on, you can see how many emails you're getting. We've added parsing capabilities, which I think it's in the version that's out right now, but the parsing capabilities have been improved upon. So I'm going to show you guys some stuff here today, and I'm going to give you a link that you can actually get this right now. Okay, and you'll be able to use it today. So what you're looking at here, what I kind of want to talk about today, is a method that you can use to target prospects that are highly qualified and spend a lot of money in their business. Would anybody here like to know how you could go out and find prospects that spend a lot of money in their business, that are highly qualified? Me, give it to us. I want to know. Yes. Okay, good. I got to ask this. I normally ask this. Who's using Hot Prospector in their business? If you're not using Hot Prospector, put a 2. If you're using Hot Prospector, put a 1. Okay. So it's like a 50-50. So Hot Prospector is this, right? This is Hot Prospector. Hot Lead Finder is this. Hot Lead Finder I give away right now for free. We don't have any major plans of rolling it out like a launch or anything like that, but we may actually start charging newbies who've never heard of it to get it, because we poured thousands and thousands of dollars into this, and it's a pretty awesome tool. But anyways, Hot Prospector is where all the magic happens. So for those of you that's never actually used Hot Prospector, you're going to get to see it in action and see how this can actually help your business for $39. Yeah, it works outside the U.S. It works pretty much anywhere. Okay, so here I go. I've got the Hot Lead Finder up, and now I don't know about you guys, but when I do selling over the phone or even via email, I want to sell to people that actually have a need, a want, and the ability to buy whatever it is that I'm selling, right? If the people that you're prospecting to don't have a need for what you have, then forget about it. If the people that you're prospecting don't have a want to have what you have, then you're wasting your time. And the biggest one of all is the ability. So many people here on this webinar, I guarantee it, think that the best way to find the ability is give them the ability, right? You try to shove that square peg into the round hole, and with that comes lower prices, right? You start dropping your prices in order to get people to buy. Who's guilty of that? Who's guilty of giving their stuff away for pennies on the dollar to compete with your customer? Just go ahead and say I am if you are. Yeah, a lot of people. I was more since I was at first, guilty, me, but not anymore. That's good. I love to see the not anymores, because you know what? The times are changing in our business. All right, I don't know. The writing has been on the wall for me for a long time. I was also one of those, try to get it in bulk type of people, and in the beginning that was the easy way to do it. You could go out and it was very easy to get people ranked on the first page of Google. There was all these little hacks and tricks that you can use to get people ranked for, Google Maps and that sort of stuff, ranking videos. But all that stuff has gotten pretty hard to do these days. Well, if something gets harder, right, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting different results, right? So if something's changed in the business and it's not as easy to do anymore, well, then you got to change, right? And you got to go out there and you got to start charging more for actually providing levels of service, right? Charge them to the value that you're bringing to your customers. And if you don't have any value to bring to your customers, well, then start researching and start learning more every day in your business. Spend an hour a day doing something that's going to give you the ability to bring more value to your business. Go to Amazon.com, sign up for a Kindle account. It's free. Or no, it's not free. It's like, yeah, it's free, I think, to get the account. But I buy a Kindle book at least once a week and absorb that information. Okay, so definitely something that you should be doing. Okay, I'm going to stop preaching now, and I'm going to show you guys this tool. So, all right, where are the buyers that are ultra qualified? Anyone here want to take a guess? You can see my screen. Take a guess. Where are the buyers at? There's a few places there here. Okay, I've got Google Ads is like the big one. Everybody's saying Google Ads. A couple of yellow pages. One says Manta. Okay, so there's a few of them here, right? You've got Google Ads, you've got Groupon, and you've got Home Advisor. Okay, those are the three right here where you've got customers that you can go in and grab. And I bet you nobody even realized that. A lot of people didn't even think about that. I mean, there are some here that probably were smart enough to realize that Google Ads was, but Home Advisor is a bunch of contractors that are paying a grip of money every single month for leads. Groupon, people are paying like a percentage. I don't understand their business model too much. My wife probably does more than anything because she's always doing stuff on Groupon, but they're paying as well. So Groupon, Home Advisor, and Google Ads. Those are your three. Okay. I personally like the Google Ads because, man, people are spending money on Google Ads and they got it all wrong. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Okay. HVAC. That's hot right now, right? Because it's hot. Right? It's hot outside, so HVAC is hot. Let me go ahead and throw a city out there. You know what? Okay, so right now it's probably not as hot in Seattle. And I'll tell you why I'm actually doing this, right? Yesterday I did a video and I pulled HVAC guys in Vegas, and they're really high quality. HVAC is a really good market to go after because these guys spend a lot of money per click, because every single one of these leads to them is worth a lot of money. I mean, they can make anywhere from, I talked to a guy yesterday, said he makes anywhere from $150 on a service call up to $6,000 for a change out, but I've talked to other guys that it's much higher than that. It's anywhere from $500 to $10,000 for a change out, or $16,000 depending on the size of the home or whatever. Okay, so there's certain parts of the country right now where the weather is not so bad, and HVAC would be like more of heating than air conditioning right now, right? You know, Phoenix, Vegas, that kind of thing. You call these guys, they're right now a little bit too busy to talk to you. But if you talk to them in September, right, when things cool down, then they're going to be working on trying to get customers for, you know, when it gets cold. Okay, so they're going to be open to making changes and that sort of thing. Okay, so I'm bringing that up because a lot of people don't think about these things when they're deciding, you know, who to target. If you're going to target anybody, always think about, you know, what's going on. And I didn't really think much yesterday when I fired up my video. I just like lit it up, you know. And sometimes that works. I mean, I got a guy yesterday on that call that was pretty close to, you know, I'll probably get him to do something this week. Okay. All right. So here we go. HVAC Seattle. Searching for Google Ads, and I'm just going to go ahead and hit search. Okay, so what's happening right now is we're not clicking on any of these ads. We're going to Google, and our software is just pulling the website and the phone number off of that ad. Okay, so oh, that's not really good. Okay, see, that just tells you this isn't even really a good city. Let me research. Let me reload Hot Lead Finder. If you don't get a lot of results for ads, then that should tell you it may not be a great idea to target that city. Okay, let's try. Give me another city, guys. Someone said Houston. Okay, we'll do Houston. Okay, so Houston, we're going to do Google Ads, and let's hit search. Let's see what we get in Houston. Okay, so here we go. It's going. Now, like I said, what it does is it's going to go and it's going to grab their website address, right? And it's going to grab their phone number, and then also the name on the ad. Okay, you're not going to get the company name or anything like that because it's just grabbing what's available on the ad itself. Okay. Now, once this is done, and we'll just give this a few minutes to, you know, to keep going and finding us leads. But once this is done, there's a few things that I like to do. Okay. The first thing that I like to do is I like to parse the websites for emails. So I'll go ahead and click on that. And what's happening here is you can see it's going to the website and it's looking for another phone number, and then it's looking for another email. Okay. Now, you're probably not going to get a lot of email addresses, so I wouldn't rely on this as my way of marketing. This presentation is for those of you that are really focused and, you know, willing to do whatever it takes every day to actually, you know, get clients, which means reaching out and touching someone. Okay, pick up the phone. I'm not afraid to pick up the phone myself. Especially when I'm talking to these types of prospects, because these types of prospects are spending money, okay? Like they're making money in their business. And if they're making money and they're spending money, well then they didn't get there by not listening to people that can help them. That makes sense. All right, so we got some leads. Like I said, I mean, you can see up here we got 31 total leads. 7 of them have email addresses, okay? And it's still searching. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do the other thing that a lot of people here probably didn't even know, but I'm going to click on Get Citation. Now what is that doing? Well, it's going here, and you can see over here on the right-hand side of my screen, it's going to their website, or I'm sorry, it's going to Google, and it's looking to see where else that phone number is listed, okay? The only thing I will tell you about this citation search is it is using Google, so if you do this too many times throughout the day, then Google will like automatically, you know, flag you as like searching too much, and then when you try to go do a Google search, you'll know what it'll do. It'll when it stops, it'll just stop working because they're requiring you to enter in a CAPTCHA in order to keep on doing it. It's not going to kill your IP, but It's something that you definitely want to don't do hundreds of these a day. You just don't go crazy with it. You don't need a lot. I mean, when you're targeting the people that you're targeting with this type of laser focus, they're really good leads. You only need maybe 50 a day, and you should be good. Okay, and you can see here they're still searching. Now, I want to explain to you why this citation thing is so important. You want to see zeros. You want to see zeros. If you see zeros, then that means that they're not building citations to those numbers, or that means that they're not advertising that number in other locations. If you see a 6, oh my gosh, look at this guy. This number's on Manta, Merchant Circle, Yelp, Facebook. I mean, he's advertising it everywhere. And on top of that, advertising it on Google, right? That's not a good thing. Anybody here know why that's not a good thing? Let's look at this other one. Here's the 7. Manta, Facebook, MapQuest, Merchant Circle, Local.com, Show Me Local. We got all kinds of answers. No tracking. He doesn't need you. He doesn't need my help. It's expensive. Tracking. Can't track his source. Thank you. A lot of people are picking it up, right? Why would you advertise the phone number that you're using in your Google ads everywhere else? Because if somebody clicks on your site and calls, you don't know if they come from Google ads or if they came from Manta. You don't even know if your ads are even effective. You don't know if your website's effective, right? You don't know if with this Vegas Pro HVAC is converting customers, or if Facebook for some reason is bringing you customers, or Yelp, the reviews that you have on Yelp, maybe that's bringing you your business. So in marketing, we all understand as marketers that the best way to do any type of marketing is to segment and track every single piece of it, right? So I like to know this stuff when I'm actually calling them. I'm going to call everyone. It doesn't matter. But this just gives you some food for thought when you're actually calling to them. And I'll sometimes use that when I'm calling them. Sometimes in my presentation, I'll say, I was just calling you because I don't know if you knew this or not, but that phone number that you're using in your website, it's all over the internet. And I know you probably think that's a good thing, but if somebody clicks on that ad and it costs you $40, don't you want to know if that ad is actually converting or not? So that's that. All right. So what I will do after I have grabbed these leads, now this is one of the little quirky things. It's not really a bug, but it's something that we're in the process of fixing. Is why I haven't actually divvied out this new version. We're working on the export to Hot Prospector. Currently, this version does not build out all of these other fields on your export, right? And it doesn't put in the second email address from the website. It just all it does is the standard one that it's always done. So we're actually fixing that export, or redoing that export, and once that's done, then I'll be giving this to everybody. So you're going to have an extra step from now until until we actually finish this. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to set a filter. You definitely want everybody who has a phone, right? And if you see anybody in here that it missed and they don't have a phone, just untick the box next to the phone fields where they're empty. Okay? So you don't want to export people who don't have a phone number. All right, there we go. So I've selected all the ones that don't have a phone. Now I'm going to click Export CSV export. Again, in the future here, you guys will have the ability to just export it right into your Hot Prospector account, and like the rest of the leads that you pull. But just and we've got a little bit of work to do. All right, so Houston HVAC. All right. So you'll see how I kind of do things. I'm a little bit of a strange, I don't know, I have like quirky things that I have to do before I load anything in. So I'm going to go in and just take a quick peek at my data. I want to get rid of the columns that don't have any data in them. And I don't really care about the citations at all. I know that data may seem important, but I'm actually, when I'm on the phone with these customers, I am doing lots of stuff, right? I'm actually searching on Google and all that stuff at the same time. So I'll show you what I'm talking about here in just a second. All right, so I've got the website, the phone number, and all that stuff. And I'm going to save this. And now I'm going to go ahead and export these in, okay? So like I said, this is just one extra step, but you won't have to do this in the future. So we'll go ahead and quickly add a group. We're going to do this as Houston HVAC Google Ads. And I'm not going to assign it to any of my agents. I'm just going to keep it just for me. All right, so I've got my group added. Let me just go ahead and import the contacts into that group. So a couple things. I'm going to put my phone in the phone field. So this is the field that I want to dial. This second field is the ones that came from the website. And since I don't have an address, I'm going to put them there. And I'll just have them there for reference while I'm making my calls. Website and email. Okay, so I have all my leads. I'm all set. I've got 20 leads that I can actually dial on. Now I'm going to go over here to my power dialer, and I'm going to be ready to start dialing here live. So who wants to hear me do a few calls? No, I'm kidding. I'll make a few phone calls. Everybody's saying, yeah, sure, let's go, ha, ha, ha. No, seriously, I will. I'll make a few phone calls. I'm not afraid of public display of prospecting. That's actually kind of funny, right? A public display of prospecting. Never mind. I thought it was funny. Okay, so I will see. As you can see, I actually have my campaign set up a little different than most because I know that, you know, rather than going and building all these campaigns each and individual time, I know I could just come in anytime I want and just switch them up. So I've got an HVAC ad campaign. And I'll just go ahead and, oh, where am I calling? I'm calling Houston, right? Now, this is actually something that I suggest. Let's see. I think I have some Texas numbers in here. Any of you Texans see any? Okay, there's a Texan number. All right, so I'm going to dial from this number. This is one of the cool things I love about dialing through Hot Prospector versus just using my cell phone. I just switched my caller ID to a Texas number, right? Granted, this is a Austin number, but if I got a call from Texas and Austin, you know, I would realize that it's still a Texas number. Maybe the person just moved to Houston, you know, something like that. But if I was really being picky, well, then I would probably go and purchase a number. But since we're dialing here, and I don't typically target Houston, I'm just going to go ahead and use what I got. But you get the point. I mean, you can come in here and purchase any number you want. And if you're gonna be doing a lot of prospecting in a specific city, I suggest you just go and buy a number for that city, because it's going to. And actually, I would buy more than one. I'd buy like 3 numbers from that city, because when you call back, sometimes customers will, they'll play like they're a track star, and like run from you. So I actually will. Switch up my phone number so that way they don't know it's me calling, especially if I'm just calling to get a decision. You know what I mean? All right. Now, one thing, too, you'll notice, and there's not really much I can do about this, but you see here how it says Vegas Pro HVAC and we're calling Houston. Some of these ads, because of my IP, picked up that I'm in Vegas, and they know that I'm in Vegas, so I'm going to be calling some Vegas people as well. If you don't want that to happen, well, then the best thing, like if you're targeting an area where you don't live, then you can get this tool here. It's called HMA. It's called Hide My Ass. And what it allows you to do is change your IP address to a location. So here you can see all these different locations that are available, right? And then you could just switch your location, closer to where you're actually searching, and then, that should help. There used to be a way to actually, well, not really. I was going to say there used to be a way to actually do that through Google. I haven't seen it lately, but it wouldn't matter anyways because you're searching through Hot Lead Finder. All right, so here we go. I've got my leads, and I am ready to smile and dial. Someone asked how much is HMA. HMA, hold on a second here. All right, hopefully I didn't just I did mess up my recording. Can everyone hear me? Okay. I'm going to start my recording back. Okay. I'm having some issues here with my mic now, so my recording isn't picking up. I accidentally bumped my mic off. Yeah, I know. You guys can hear me. Okay, Doug says he's got Camtasia running. Okay, Doug, can you just send me that recording when you're done? And then I won't worry so much about it anymore here. Sorry, guys. I need someone. You know what? Actually, maybe we could work something out. Somebody here who likes to make it to my webinars. You could be my full-time recorder. If you're interested, hit me up because I always have issues with that. All right, so here I go. I am going to go ahead and smile and dial here just a little bit. Let me just make sure I have my settings right. Okay. All right, so people are wondering what I'm going to sell here, what I'm going to call these people up, and first off, I'm going to try to break the ice, right? That's the first part. Breaking the ice, maybe sometimes they're not going to be really wanting to talk to me because they're busy, not because they're just mean or anything, but they're just busy. So a lot of times I'll kind of sweet talk them a little bit, be nice, really extra nice, and just give them a good reason why I'm calling first, and then get some information from them, and get them to allow me to just kind of get my foot in the door. HMA mark stands for Hide My Ass, and it's like $10, something like that. It's really cheap. But anyways, back to what I was saying. If you just get your foot in the door, that will help. Like sometimes I'll ask to connect with them on LinkedIn, or send them over an email or whatever, just so they can see that I'm a real person. A lot of times if I'm calling here locally in my area, I'll let them know I'm local. But if you're not calling local, just focus on the fact that you're not a real huge company or anything like that, and that your goal is to actually help them, because every person that you work with is really important to you, and just kind of work on that level. Okay, you're going to have to kind of wing it a little bit because there's really no real script that I would say works perfectly every time with this, because every situation is a little bit different. Just have some bullet points of some things that you want to cover. For me, I'm just trying to get my foot in the door and get them to listen. So sometimes I might, say one thing, sometimes I might say another. I may notice while I'm searching here on their website that, there's something I can help them with on their website, right away, at least to get their mind thinking, hey, this guy can help me. Like, actually, these guys I called yesterday, pretty sure I called these guys yesterday, so I don't know if I'll call them again. But, first off, take a look at their website, and if I see something I can help them on the website, then I'll mention that. If I don't, then I might just take their number here, and here's what's really cool, right? I could just right-click on it and then search Google for it real quick and look, okay, and just see, oh, look, it's on Merchant Circle, it's on US Biz Place, it's on all of these different, areas, so I know that they're advertising their main website, so I might actually mention that, okay, and talk to them about tracking. All right? All right, so here I go. I'm going to go ahead and call. Elaine says, yes, I called them yesterday. You know what? This is how fearless I am. I'm just going to call them anyways. So,
thank you for taking the time to call me. Please leave your name and number. I'll get back to you.
Holy moly. Can you guys hear that okay?
When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Oh my gosh. Can I make it louder? I don't know. Like, I've got the speaker right next to me. You know what? Let me try changing my mic. Hold on. I'll change my mic over to my desktop mic. Bear with me 1 second, guys. I'm going to try this. Can you hear me okay? Okay. So I'm going to turn, what I did, I just switched to my desktop mic. I'm going to turn on the speaker, and you should be able to hear a little bit better. Okay? All right. So what I was going to say was this guy, holy moly, like, he's paying for ads, and I don't know where he's showing up, but he was on the top of my list, so he might be actually getting calls from people, then he's not even answering them. So, man, he's just throwing money out the window. Anyways.
To ensure the highest level of customer care, this call may be recorded.
Highest quality service, this call may be monitored and recorded.
This is probably a lead gen company. Yeah, this is a lead gen company.
Great Day Air Service, this is Diane.
Yeah, hi, Diane. Maybe you can help me. You said you're with AirServe?
Yes.
Okay. I was wondering who there is in charge of your Google ads.
In charge of what?
Who runs the Google ads for this for the Fort Bend?
I don't know. We don't have any Google ads.
Okay. Who's in charge of marketing there?
The owner, and she's not here.
Oh, okay.
Would you like to email her?
Yeah, actually, I was doing some research on her website, and I found a few things that I wanted to bring to her attention. Definitely something she's going to want to see. What's your email address?
A-P-A-C-E.
Oh, sorry,
A-I-A-S.
Can you say that one more time? I'm sorry.
A-P-A-C-E.
Okay.
.TIAS@gmail.com.
Okay, and what was her first name?
Amy.
Okay. And Amy's the owner, you said?
Yes.
Okay. Well, what I'd like to do is, like I said, send her over some information. Is she in the office?
No.
Okay. What time did AD?
She looks at her email
Okay.
all the time.
When do you expect her back today?
She's already gone for the day.
Oh, okay. So she'll be back in the morning then?
Perhaps.
Okay.
Not always in every day.
She's not in always every day? Okay. Well, I'll definitely send this over to her. I just wanted to make sure that, you know, she understands exactly what it is that I'm sending over. But, yeah, okay. I'll give her a call back tomorrow.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So, obviously here, just a little bit, you know, of data mining in the beginning. I've got the owner's name. You know what? Something I actually forgot to do that I normally will do is I'll get the secretary's name, and I'll use them kind of as a foot in the door. Whoever was that answered the phone, you know, and just mention to them that I spoke with so and so, and you know, I'll put that in my email and actually send that out. For right now, because we're just focused on making phone calls, I'm going to go to the next call. But you definitely would want to have some sort of a script or template here that's set up, just something general that says, hey, I just called and spoke with so-and-so, and this is what I wanted to talk to you about. A good idea would probably just be to send out a website grade report, so I'm going to do that since you know, it's something. Where was I at? Yeah, website grade report, where are you at? Oh, there it is. Okay. And I'll just go ahead and throw Amy's name in here. And I'll just go ahead and send this out. So basically what this is just a report of their website that, you know, tells them how I can help them get more customers, plus it has my phone number. So I'll go ahead and send that out, and I'm done. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and go on to the next call. No, those emails are not in Hot Prospector. You have to write those emails yourself. I mean, I don't want everybody using the same email, so just, you get the general idea, just something.
How can I help you?
Yeah, hi, maybe you can help me. I was actually on your website, and I had a couple questions. I was wondering, who's in charge of the marketing on this?
Edge marketing.
Edge marketing. Okay, but who in the office deals with them?
The owner.
Okay. I've got an email address here. I don't know if this is actually just the general box, acrepair.contact@gmail.com. Does that one still work?
That might be the marketing guy.
Okay, what's
who does
and who's the owner?
Bob.
Bob. Okay, what's Bob's email address?
Bob at BigTexasComfort.com.
Bob at BigTexas.
Comfort.com.
Can you spell that for me?
Bob at BigTexasComfort.com.
Okay. And this 281-816 number 4337, is this your number, or does this belong to Edge Marketing?
Edge Marketing.
Okay. Okay, I just see here your information just popped up here. What is the best number to reach you guys at usually?
This one? Are you selling us something or what?
Actually, I want to send you some information on your website. Actually, the AC repair, that's not necessarily your website. What's your website address?
BigTexasComfort.com.
Okay. Okay, great. I'll hold for Bob. Thanks.
He's not in the office right now.
Oh, he's not. Okay. What time will he be back today?
Actually, he's out of town. He's in West Virginia.
Oh, he's in West Virginia. Is that a different office?
No, sir. He's there for a conference.
Oh, he's there for a conference?
How may I help you?
Well, actually, I just wanted to give him some information about his website. I'm sorry, who am I speaking with?
This is Anna.
Anna. Okay. Anna, I'm sorry. My name's Mark. I should have been a little bit less rude and should have told you who I was. Anna, I will go ahead and send over the email to Bob, and I guess I'll just wait for him to get back. When is he going to be back from the conference?
Next week.
Next week? Do you know what day?
No idea.
No idea. Okay. All right.
Are you trying to send us, are you trying to sell us something, like a website?
Actually, I'm not trying to sell you a website. Actually, was just on your website, and I had some questions. I'm going to send him over a report that we put together on his website. That's what I'm saying. I want to get his email so I can send it over to him.
Yeah, because we're with Edge Marketing already, and
yeah. Oh, I'm
we're
sure.
using them through a barter. We're not paying much for them.
Oh no, that's fine. I understand. Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Just send the email. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye. So, anyways, I've got you know, good old Bob. At first, I thought she was joking. I'm going to send over the information to Bob here, and we'll give him a call back next week. Let's see here. Oh, I'm on the wrong tab. I like to do something like this. I know he's at a conference, so he knows I personalize this, and I might even actually do that in here as well, just so it shows that, you know, I'm not some guy who's spamming them, and hopefully he'll be more you know, open and read the email and see exactly what it is. That makes sense? So just anything that you can do to kind of you know, set yourself apart from all of the millions of email spam that they get, okay? Here's my email. For those of you that are looking for a script or a template, I just say, Bob, I tried to contact you earlier in the office, but I missed you. Hope you enjoy your conference. Actually, I'll say your conference. Just wanted to reach out to you because I was on your website earlier and noticed a few things that need your immediate attention. I took some time to put together a report of all the things I found. I might actually even mention, I know Edge Marketing should be handling this, but you are losing out on customers. There. Click here, there's the report. Take a look, give me a call back so we can fix this. All right, click send. Took me a couple extra seconds to customize that, but my response rate is going to be much better on those. Okay. How do we integrate website grader report with the individual emails that send out? Well,
Call may be recorded for quality purposes.
The email that I'm sending out actually grabs their email address or their website from here, and it generates the report as they click on it.
ARI.
Yeah, hi. Maybe you can help me.
Okay. I can help you.
Yeah, is this air conditioning in Houston? Is that your site?
Right.
Okay. I was actually looking for, you must be the person who actually built that. Did you build that, or are you handling that?
No.
You have somebody.
I'm handling it.
Okay, you're just handling it. Okay, my name's Mark Helton with Hot Prospector. What's your name? I'm sorry.
Hector.
Hector?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, Hector, I wanted to give you a quick call. You're not looking for more customers, are you?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, okay, great. Well, I was actually taking a look at this site, and I noticed that, you know, there's some things that you can do to actually, you know, drive more of the people that are visiting to pick up the phone and call you. Now, is somebody actually managing this site, or?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, do you have your own business site as well? Or is this just for the Google, for your ads?
No, I'm just doing this on a pay-per-call deal.
Okay. Do you know how many leads it takes from this company before you're able to generate a customer?
Well, it's on a pay-per-call deal.
Sure. So like if you pay per call, how many calls does it take before you end up getting a customer or a sale?
Well, usually if they're calling for a reason.
Well, sure, but I mean, do you set up an appointment and go out and sell a new unit to everybody who calls?
Pretty much, or a repair. They're calling either for a repair or a sale.
Okay, awesome. So every single one of those leads turns into money. What do you think each one of those leads is worth?
I'm bidding kind of high. I'm paying $65 a call.
Okay, so $65 a call, and then how much is your profit since you're selling every one of them?
Well, I have a rule here: $800 to $1,000 minimum per call.
Okay.
That's what the call's worth to me.
Okay. And
but in a worst case scenario, it could be $140, so it covers their costs. That's their basic diagnostic fee.
Okay, so $800 is your basic?
Yeah, $750 to $1,000 is our average service call ticket.
Okay, and how many calls do you think you get a day right now?
Kind of slow right now, actually.
Really?
But, I could pick up anywhere from, for a week I could probably pick up maybe 4 to 10.
4 to 10 calls or 4 to 10 appointments?
4 to 10 calls a week. Well, not 4 to 10 actual service calls.
Okay. So how many actual phone calls do you get about this every week?
Well, my wife's been handling it. You got me here on an off day answering the phone.
Lucky me.
Yeah. On the week we get maybe about 10 plus calls a week. They send us an email.
Okay. So you're spending about $650 a week to get 10 calls, right?
And last month we spent about $1,200. We got more. We got over 10 calls a week.
Okay, so so those 10 calls though, you generated $8,000 worth of new business?
Probably more than that.
Awesome. Okay, perfect. Well, you know what? You definitely sound like the kind of guy I'm looking to work with here. Let me ask you this. How many extra calls do you think you can handle?
We'd like to double that if we can.
Okay. Well, look, just by looking at what you're currently doing with the air conditioning in Houston, I can definitely see room for you to improve. Not obviously you don't own that site, but I know that we can actually drive more traffic to a site like this actually, but make some changes to it and get you a lot more of these customers to turn into actual phone calls. There's some things that they definitely could be doing on this site that I think are costing you conversions. What's your website address?
Air Rescue Inc.
Air
Rescue Inc.
Okay. And
what's your name again?
My name's Mark Helton. And just so you know, I'm not some huge leads company. I'm actually an independent consultant. So I worked individual with guys like yourself to help you drive more leads. That's my focus.
Sure. What company with?
Hot Prospector is my company. I own it.
Hot what?
Hot Prospector. HOTPROSPECTOR.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's our other website. No, that's our website right there.
Okay.
airrescueinc.com.
Yeah, I'm looking at it here. Now, do you drive traffic to this site at all, or no?
We did, but what happened is we were using Bing and Yahoo on a pay-per-click deal, and the Contractor Pro stuff was working out better than the Yahoo pay-per-clicking, so we pulled the plug on that last week.
Okay.
That was costing us $2,000 a month, and we're generating more jobs or calls and more effective traffic out of the Contractor Pro, so we just abandoned that last week actually. We didn't abandon it, but we just stopped the Bing Yahoo thing.
So what's more important to you, return on investment or cheap calls?
I don't like ignorant people, so cheap calls are out the window. I want
Okay.
people that say, hey, I need something fixed now, and I don't care how much it costs. I'm hot, and I don't need people coming in here going, hey, I want a free estimate.
Right.
And I'm going to put $20 of gas in a truck, send you a mechanic that costs me $30 an hour to give you a free estimate. Why would I give you? I might as well just send you a check for $100 then.
Absolutely. Well, that makes a lot of sense. Well, look, Hector, here's the thing. I mean, I know that you weren't expecting this call, and you normally don't take these kind of calls on. So what I'd like to do is go to the drawing board. Now that I've got your website address, I'd like to go in and do an analysis of your site, check and see exactly what you guys are doing in your business, so I can kind of give you a a customized report of what I think you can do to improve your customers, get more customers, get more calls that are more, qualified customers that you can sell. Now,
is this like a paper call deal like what I got going?
No. I mean, I can do that with you if that's something you're looking to do, but I'm more about branding you as a business and helping you get more qualified customers. And I'll show you.
SEO?
No, it's not. Yeah, I don't really do SEO. So, like I said, I'll put together everything, and then what I'd like to do is, give you a call back and go over it with you. What's your email address?
It's polarairsystems@yahoo.com.
Polar Air? Is that just AIR?
Yeah, polarairsystems@yahoo.com.
Okay. Okay. And let me just ask you this, Hector. Obviously, this is just it's just a question. It doesn't mean anything right now. But if I can show you a way where I could show you, I don't know, 5 or 10 times return on your investment, could you invest $5,000 in your business today?
Yeah, that's cash for it.
Okay, good. Well, obviously, I'm not going to ask you to spend money with me. I only ask for people to invest, and only once I've actually shown them exactly what I can do. In the meantime, Hector, if you would, do you have a pen handy by chance?
Yeah.
Let me give you my best phone number. It's 702-328-6255. And that's actually my direct cell phone number. I'm in Las Vegas, Nevada, and also I want to give you. Do you use LinkedIn by chance?
No, I don't.
Okay, I want you to take down my LinkedIn profile just so you can see who you're talking to. My name is Mark Helton. My LinkedIn address is linkedin.com. It's LinkedIn.com /IN and then /Mark Helton. And you'll get an idea of who I've worked with, and a little bit about me and my company, and all that good stuff. So that way, in the meantime, you can find out who I am. And then, like I said, it'll probably take me about 72 hours. So I'd say I'll probably give you a call back on Monday, or I'll send you an email on Monday. And
now you said Mark Helton or Helton?
Helton, like it's like the Hilton Hotel, but except for an I, it's an E. So Helton, H-E-L-T-O-N.
Okay, H-I-L?
H-E-L.
Oh, H-E-L.
Yes, sir. Yes,
okay,
sir. What's your last name, Hector?
Russo.
How do you spell that?
R-O-U-S-S-E-A-U.
E-A-U. Awesome. You know what? I'm really glad I got a chance to talk to you today. And oh, by the way, do you have another number to reach you at?
What number you got?
Your 832-353 number.
Okay.
What's the best number?
877-325-2653.
Okay. Is that just your business, your landline?
That's the direct number. That's landline.
Okay, cool. Well, then I will go ahead and replace the number I have there for that, and I'll talk to you on Monday.
Great, thanks.
All right, thank you. Bye-bye. There you go, guys. Okay, so look, I want you to know, look, I never try to sell anybody on the first call. So if you were hoping that I was going to get him on here and then slam him for $5,000, that doesn't happen very often. It does sometimes, but mostly in the movies. I do those kind of calls, but not like this, all right? What I just did here with Hector was spend a little bit of time with him, and I know, he knows, like 9 minutes and 44 seconds. This guy spent almost 10 minutes on the phone with me. He was a little bit standoffish, but if you guys understand what I was doing, all I was trying to do is just show professionalism, right? Show him that I have his best interests in mind and that I'm going to put a plan together. I'm not like everyone else, okay? I'm not going to go in there and just, he asked if this is SEO. No, it's not SEO. Will it involve maybe SEO? Possibly. Maybe it won't. Maybe it'll just be straight up traffic, right? Was it, does his website need help? Absolutely, his website needs help. I mean, all of the good quality information that he needs, isn't showing up where it should be, so I could probably help him there. There's a lot of different things that I can see based off of, you know, what I'm looking at off on the end. But here's what I love about this. Here's what I love about this. This gentleman is willing to invest in his business, right? I asked him. What did I ask him, guys? I asked him, if I can show you 5, 10 times return on your investment, could you invest $5,000 into your business today? Right? And I focused on ROI, so now I could sell him whatever he needs. I can help him wherever he needs. And this is the difference. For those of you that have been following what I've been saying over the past few days, or past few weeks, sorry, this is the difference between going in and trying to slam somebody for a mobile website, right? I've probably got some mobile guys on here going, oh, well, you know, his mobile, he should get a mobile website. No. Look, his website is actually responsive, but it's not really all that good, but it is responsive. I know for sure he could use help on the mobile website, but I won't lead with a mobile website. I won't lead with anything like that if I have an opportunity to actually help him, and he's willing to spend money, okay? So put a 1 in the chat box if you learned something today. What do I lead with? Joe, I just led with it. I led with profit. I led with profit. I mean, you know, I lead with them liking me. I lead with them finding out that I have a vested interest in their business and I'm not like everyone else. I don't need to compete with web.com. I don't need to compete with Yodel. I don't need to compete with all of these other big old local SEO companies that are calling up and trying to tell him that they've got the solution for him when they don't. All right? I compete on quality. I compete on value. I compete on service and show them that I have what it takes to help their business. And if that means, you know, just selling him a mobile website, selling him, you know, some SEO services and all that stuff combined, well, then I will. So a lot of people saying they got something out of this today. I'm glad that everybody did. What's the biggest takeaway that you had from this? Go ahead and put in the chat box. Don't just say something simple. I mean, tell me what the biggest takeaway was that you had from this today, that you feel like you'll be able to go out and impact your business tomorrow. Or today, actually. It's only 12 o'clock on the West Coast, so you could actually go out and implement what you just learned today. Persistence, just do it. Business owners are willing to talk to you. Learning how to handle the calls, positioning myself around profit. Keep calling. Hey, speaking of keep calling, how many calls did I make, guys? Look, it's here on the screen. 3 calls. Now, most people would give up on the first or second call after the first person told them no, right? Or those gatekeepers. Remember how rude they were? Not really, but you just have to know how to answer. One girl, remember the second girl, she was like, what? Like, what is this? Are you trying to sell something? And she started to get a little bit froggy. And I just diffused it really simply by just saying, oh, no, I'm not trying to sell you something. I'm not trying to sell her anything at all. I couldn't sell her. She couldn't make a decision. So, no, I'm not trying to sell you something. Oh, gosh, people. But you see what I'm saying, right? 1 really good prospect out of 3. And I'm not trying to say that I'm some sort of a rock star and nobody here can do it, because that's not the case. This system here that you're looking at here, it's a, you know, calling people that have money, that are spending money, is what does the trick. That's what does the trick. Yeah, I'm going to drop the link for the new Hot Lead Finder, guys, in just a second. I'm just trying to drag this out as long as I can. I'm joking. So let me ask you this. I mean, I could see we've got a lot of participation on this webinar, so I'm really happy about that. Let me ask everybody this. After watching this webinar, those of you that don't have Hot Prospector, how many of you think you should go and get Hot Prospector right now and start doing this right now? If you don't have Hot Prospector, and after watching this webinar, you think, gosh, I need this. If I don't start doing this in my business, I'm not going to get anywhere. And look, it's not even about cold calling, because I don't really consider what I did cold calling. I know these people qualify for what I have. I don't have their name. I mean, I don't have their, you know, I didn't have their contact information, but I got it. So for those of you that need it, I'm going to give you a link where you can actually get it. It is, here we go. So I'm going to drop this link first, and then I'm going to give you guys this freebie. Don't worry. I think at this point, after all of the cool value that I've just given, I think dropping a link for Hot Prospector is well-deserved. All right, so hotprospector.com, just click on that, and you can sign up there, okay? Now, for those of you that want to get this link for Hot Lead Finder, give me a second. Let me just go ahead and grab that link for you. Pause my screen. And I'm going to grab this link. Okay, so while I'm grabbing this link, what do you guys think? How soon do you think you'll be able to actually implement this, what we just talked about, into your business? Today, I got some todays right away. Good. Very, very good. And you know what? I'll take a few questions here because we actually have just a little bit of time. I usually set aside about an hour and a half for these types of things. So we've got about 20 more minutes. So I'll take some questions. I just dropped the link for y'all in the group. Let me unpause the screen so you guys can see my screen again. I just oh, by the way, what would I do with this? First off, I'm going to mark him as a hot prospect, right? But I'm going to put some notes. He is qualified at 5K, spends at least, I'd say $1,200 a week on pay per calls, right? Gave LinkedIn profile, will send proposal. There. All right. Hopefully this stuff is it's like actionable. It's to the point to where you learned what you were missing, and then took a little bit of the sting out of it. It's not really that hard, guys. It really is not that hard to do. You just have to care about the people that you're trying to call. And look, if you really care, if I really care about Hector and helping him get success in his business, then I'm going to do whatever I have to do to get to Hector. And that means if I got to talk to a couple of people that's not so nice to talk to Hector, then I will. And you'll notice the guys that have the money to invest in their business are the ones that are actually cool on the phone, and they're not going to beat you up because they're not stressing out. The ones that are just jerks on the phone, their business isn't that successful. I guarantee it. You can't be that kind of a person and be successful in your business. I got some people that are asking how to get connect with me on LinkedIn. I just dropped that. And then also YouTube. Let me give you guys that as well. Here's my YouTube channel if you're not connected to me on YouTube. For those of you that are on your phone and you're just listening, the first link that I shared was the link to the Hot Lead Finder, the new version. That link is mark-helton.com/814. That's today's date, 814. So mark-helton.com/814, and that'll get you the download link for that new version of Hot Lead Finder. Don't share it. I'm kidding. Go ahead and share it. The next thing is my LinkedIn profile. That's linkedin.com/n/markhelton. That's MARKHELTON. And then my YouTube channel is youtube.com/markhelton777. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and take a few questions for those of you that have any questions, please ask away, and you can ask about Hot Prospector, or you can ask about sales question, whatever you want. It's all you, okay? Okay, Philip asks, how do I get the export to Power Dialer link on my Hot Lead Finder? I already own Hot Prospector. Good question. Actually, you can click on the export and you'll see it's right here. Everybody who has Hot Lead Finder, the export to Hot Prospector export works. The one thing I will tell you is we're in the process of doing some work, reworking the export functions so we can export all this other data that's available to to the Hot Prospector account, so you'll have it. Right now that's not capable, but it is happening soon. So if you have Hot Prospect or Hot Lead Finder, you'll be able to export the Hot Prospector right here. You click on that, put in your information, click login. The next thing it's going to ask you for is to create a group or add a group or use an existing group or create a group. So here I could just use the exact same group that I already created and then load them up in there. That process is really simple, and that's why we want to get those other fields added, so that way you don't have to do the export via CSV like I just did. But what's really cool is if you have a better lead finder, or if you think you have a better lead finder, or you have other leads that you pay for and you want to import those leads via CSV and Hot Prospector, you can. Elaine says, Mark, between yesterday's call and today's call, I'm inspired to get my rear in gear. Thank you, Elaine. I'm glad to hear that, and I'm glad I was able to inspire you. Philip, or I'm sorry, Lowell, when do you use Manta searches? Well, that's a good question. Matter of fact, I was so hot and heavy on Manta when I first created Hot Lead Finder that I just, invested several $1,000s just into that piece alone. But now that I have it, I don't really use it. And the reason for that is because Manta is just really difficult to search. Their network is so locked down. What we're doing in this next, not this next update, but in a future update, is we're going to go into Manta and pull in what records we can from Google. It's going to be hard on your IP address, just like the citation search, but if you're doing like I'm doing here and you just want, to grab as much data about the prospect as you can, that's what the point of that is. So, if you really want to use Manta, you can use it, but it's just really difficult to search because after like 10 records, they start blocking you. So I don't necessarily use Manta too much, Lowell. Let's see, what types of services will you put together for this HV or this AC guide? Just like I told you, I'm going to do something custom. I don't really know until I go in and take a look. I can see right off the bat that he does need a new website and something that'll freshen him up and give him more of the appearance that he needs as a business. Also, we'll talk to him about traffic for that site and probably help him put a system in place for tracking calls, put a system in place for recording and listening and finding out what's actually happening in his business. He's not getting a whole lot of calls, so we don't need to focus on automating any of that stuff just yet. But I'm sure he wants to scale, so I'll probably talk to him about that kind of stuff as well. So a little bit of everything. That's the goal here. Let's see here. Mark, will you please show the links on the screen? I'm watching on my phone. Sarah, I can't share them on the, I just mentioned them in there. Hopefully you got them. It's just linkedin.com/in/Mark Helton and youtube.com/Mark Helton 777. And then the link for the Hot Lead Finder is mark-helton.com/814. Let's see here. Lori says, qualifying on the first call is great. That is what I tend to be afraid to do. Yeah, well, that's all you really can do on the first call because, look, I don't care who you are, and I always use this example as like, a guy meeting a girl wherever you meet her. The first day you meet her, you haven't even gone on a date, wherever you meet her, you can't, like, try to hold her hand or try to kiss her the first time you meet her, right? It just doesn't make any sense. It's not, And the same thing goes for you gals. You know, you wouldn't try to hold some guy's hand or try to kiss him. I mean, maybe when we were like in 5th grade or something, we thought that was cool, but that doesn't work. You got to go in and get to know these prospects and get them to know you, so that way the next time that I call Hector, he's like, hey, Mark, how's it going? And you know, and if I build some value with him on the stuff that I find, you know, by literally going and taking a few minutes to put something together for him. I mean, I have a potential $5,000 client here. Does it make sense for me to go and spend 20 minutes, you know, 30 minutes investing into his business to hopefully pull in that $5,000 deal? Absolutely. You only need 3 or 4 of those guys a week to have, you know, a $300,000-$400,000 business. And you don't even need to have a lot of clients. So let's see here. How do you get Hot Prospector? It's hotprospector.com. Hotprospector.com. Just this link right here, hotprospector.com, without the other stuff at the end. Can this whole process be outsourced from start to finish? I guess less, but I mean, that kind of defeats the process of getting to know your customer, right? Now, if you hire salespeople that are really good and they're smart enough to do what I just did, well, then absolutely, you can outsource anything. Anything can be outsourced. You can outsource pushing a button. You can outsource prospecting. You can outsource a lot of this stuff. But the goal here is, you know, to take your business to another level. But, you know, I don't like seeing people bang their head against the same wall, you know, getting nowhere. I mean, you could keep on trying to go out and get 150 mobile website deals, right? What does that work out to? Let's just do some, I'm going to do some math here. 150 clients times 500. That's a $75,000 net, right? Or not net, gross. I always get those mixed up. Which one is it, net or gross? Whatever. You bring in $75,000 gross, and then after you take out your expenses, let's say, you know, you hire someone to do that. I don't know. Let's just say that you get 30% or 40% costs on that, right? So you're looking at a $45,000 a year job. Now, again, if you're doing 150 mobile websites a year, divide that by 12. That means you got to get 12 clients per month. Now, let me ask you this. Would you rather get 12 clients a month that are paying you $500, or would you rather have 12 clients a month paying you $2,000? That's a $300,000 a year job. Excuse me. Get it? I mean, if you're going to spend all that time asking for somebody to give you 500, you might as well ask somebody to give you 5,000, because it's the same sale. You know, the difference is when you try to get somebody who barely has $500 to their name to give you $500, it's going to be like pulling teeth. But Hector has $5,000 to invest in his business and see if it's going to work. You know, I mean, it's pretty much a no-brainer, right? I mean, why would you want to work with people who can't afford you to try to sell them something that they may not even need? I mean, you know, a mobile website isn't going to help everybody. And I'm using mobile websites as an example. Fill in the blank there. It could be reputation marketing. It could be SMS, or whatever it is that, you know, you think you're qualified to offer. And if you aren't qualified to offer what I'm, you know, trying to offer this customer, which is to get more customers, well, then I suggest you get more qualified. Go out and invest in your business. Now, in the meantime, don't let that stop you, because there's no reason why you can't learn while you earn. Okay? Don't let that stop you from prospecting. All right, let's see here. What special equipment do you need to make calls without Prospector? I'm using a headset. I have a $350 or $400 headset. You don't need that kind of headset. I just have that kind of headset because I love wireless, and all the wireless headsets I've ever found suck. So I use, just so you know, I probably sent these guys thousands of dollars in business. It's a Sennheiser, I'm probably spelling it wrong, there we go. Sennheiser Office Runner wireless headset. You can Google it. This is the one I'm using. It says $319, $369. Don't buy the used ones because they suck. I got one in the mail. It didn't come with the box. This is the one I get right there off of Amazon. It's $3.19 on Prime, and I love this headset. It's like it goes between brick walls and all kinds of stuff. Like I can go down the street and check the mail, which is like more than a few hundred feet from my house, and it still works. No, you know, there's no headset out there, the wireless headset that works like that. Now, if you don't have that kind of money, just go get a Logitech at Walmart USB headset. You can get one for probably 20 bucks, and that'll work just fine. You know, but if you're looking to invest some money in a headset that's going to last you for a long time, that can take some talk time and some abuse, that Sennheiser's worth it, every dollar. Mark, you indicated his website needs rework. Would you recommend that he try some PPC ads that you design as a first step, and then after showing results, upsell the website redesign? No, I would resell the, I would do that as a package, right? Like it doesn't make any sense to go out and go fishing with rotten nets, right? If you fish with a net, you get the point, right? Or if you don't change the line on your fishing pole, and you go out and you catch a big fish, what happens? The line breaks, right? So it doesn't make any sense for you to go out and start doing anything for a prospect until you get everything, all their gear and everything perfect first. And I mean, not like perfect, like as in like, you know, everything. You're going to have to test stuff. And if he doesn't want to rework his whole website, well, then I'll just do a landing page for him. If he wants to lessen his investment, you know, here's a great way to get somebody started. You ready? What is it called? It's called Lead Pages. I use Lead Pages. They're really awesome because you know, they have all kinds of done for you templates. Gosh, I can't remember my login right now. I would show you, but Lead Pages is really cool to build like landing pages for PPC and that kind of stuff. But you got to make sure you have some quality information on there, and there's certain things like, you know, you have to have your terms of service and all that stuff, your privacy policy on the bottom of on your website. But if he doesn't want a website, like he doesn't pay for a website, then that would be my next step, is just doing a nice lead page, lead page, and go from there. Let's see here. What's okay, I have Video Prospector Pro and Hot Prospector. How do I get records from Hot Prospector to VPP and vice versa? Rick, you can actually only go from Video Prospector to Hot Prospector. So if you're building the videos for your prospects, then all you do is go into Video Prospector and you sync up, or you put in your Hot Prospector username and password. It's in the it's inside the, hold on a second now. I'm going to load a project here so I can show you. If you go up here inside your video settings tab, see right here you've got your Gmail, and then here's where you put your Hot Prospector. Once you validate your Hot Prospector account, you'll see this tab here pop up inside your business information, so you can select the group where you want your leads to be exported and your country. And then what happens is every time a video is created, all of this information will be added to the contact of the Hot Prospector. So it's actually adding new contacts. It's not updating existing contacts. So my suggestion is, if you're going to use Video Prospector first to send out a video, then you just go in and build your campaign in Video Prospector, on a Sunday or whatever, and then build that out, have it start sending out videos, and then come back and call those people here. It's a great lead-in, very good lead-in. Will there be a replay? I have no idea. It's up to Doug if he can send it over. He said he was going to send it. If somebody else sending over a replay, go for it. Is the Get Leads in Hot Prospector the same as the Hot Lead Finder? No, it's not. And honestly, let me mark this guy as a hot prospect before I forget. This is a really good prospect. I'm kind of excited about that one. So inside of Hot Prospector, there is the Get Leads tab, and the Get Leads tab is basically, just plugged into the Google API, right? So that is the exact same thing that is here, and it doesn't grab emails or anything because those emails aren't available on Google's, Maps or whatever you call it, Google for Business. Okay, so that's the same thing. We're actually going to be eliminating the Get Leads tab, and I'm just going to put a link here for people to download Hot Lead Finder because really there's no point in having this because now we get all the same data. We get the ratings and all that stuff here, but I'm just waiting for all of the export stuff to be done before we remove this. So my suggestion to you is just get over this. Don't use it because this lead finder is much more valuable to you. It's got a lot more stuff that's going to help you. If you make them a hot prospect, they are not recycled in a power dialer, so where do you find the hot prospect after you hit the status update? Buzz, good question. Once you have marked them as a hot prospect, they're able to be pulled up inside your campaign. So I actually built this in because this is just the way that I prospect, so I really like it. But you go into, if I go into this HVAC campaign again, and I just click on, this little fire right here, that's hot prospect. So here you see, there's Hector, the guy who I just talked to, and if I want to just hit start call, it will pull up the record and we can call. That's it. So it's really cool to prospect that way, just so you can, maybe if you just have some things that you need to do before you go back, and then at the end of the day go back in and work with your hot prospects, you can do that. Open Notepad and type on screen, Kathy said. Kathy, thank you. All right, let's see here. Do you have a website checklist that shows what you look for that is good in a website and what you look for that is not so good? What about things that commonly are either missing or not organized properly? Good question, Thomas. I do have that kind of a checklist, and that's part of one of my mastermind groups. That that checklist, my proposal, all that stuff is something that we use to go out and do that. But you're right, having a checklist is a good idea. You should sit down, put together a checklist of all the things that you would look for, that you think that's important for them on their business, and where focus on the ones that you're really qualified, that you can bring them a lot of value for, right? So yes, checklist for sure. I have one of those, and that checklist is actually available in Prospecting Profit Pilot. It's one of my mastermind programs that it's really good on high-ticket stuff like what we're doing here. Do I have any recommendations of great sales callers or appointment setters that work well for these types of calls, or had any training? Well, Nathan, what do you do in your business? I mean, having an appointment center is important, but Nathan, tell me a little bit more. For me to be able to help you here, tell me a little bit more about what you do in your business. Where are you tied up all day that you can't make 3 calls or 4 calls to find somebody like I just did? Because, and I know that's just tough love, but think about it. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't have an appointment setter or a sales caller, because it's great to scale if you can. But it's always best to know how to do it yourself before you start trying to teach someone else. You can give them my videos and say, hey, listen to this guy and go do what he does. But I think it's better if you spend a little bit of time learning how to do it first, and then you can find appointment setters on Craigslist. You can find appointment setters on Odesk. You can find appointment setters on Indeed. There's all kinds of places where you can place ads to find great sales callers. I have a whole training webinar on my YouTube channel about how to hire people, how to train salespeople, that whole thing. So you can go in there and look at that. But first, Nathan, I would really focus on getting good at it, because people want to follow a leader, and it's easier to follow the leader of somebody who has a good idea of what they're telling you to do. Can we follow you as you follow up on the services you recommend for Hector? Yeah, I mean, I'll probably go in and do some sort of a thing. I mean, I don't know if I'll be able to record the call again and that sort of thing, but I'll do what I can do. I'll try to figure some way out to get that for you guys. Let's see how, and if I do, by the way, Edgar, it's going to be on my YouTube channel. I don't send out that kind of stuff very often. Just looking to see if there's any more questions. I'm going to probably answer 2 more questions and then we're out of here. You have Voice Prospector and you have Hot Prospector. Which do you recommend to use to do the voice broadcast? I always recommend Voice Prospector to do a voice broadcast if you own it. Because it's going to allow you to do much more voice broadcast calls for a lot less money, and on top of that, it's just got better features built into it. We never really built Hot Prospector to be a voice broadcast system. It has it built in there, but it's meant for doing small blasts, a couple hundred here, a couple hundred there. If you're an avid voice broadcaster and you're just looking to send out lots of those, then Voice Prospector is a way to go, for sure. Can you do call tracking with Hot Prospector? Of course. Call tracking is a feature built right into it, and if you go to my YouTube channel and just search around, you'll see, like videos on how to use all that stuff. Also, if you go to hotprospector.com, you'll also see like all of the features that we have. We have a really cool website, a list of features on this website that shows you everything, how it works. So I should probably actually hit enter. And also, too, by the way, Hot Prospector is completely white label, so you can customize it for your business and change your logos and everything to match up with your business. That's all kind of cool. We even offer branding of the domain, custom domain branding for people that have teams that are looking to go out and resell Hot Prospector to individual companies to access some of the features. So you could actually do that as well. Let me log out here so I can show you. So here's the site, right? Here's all the different features. We have the power dialer, we have a mass emailer, we have the text message marketing system, we have the contact manager, CRM, appointment management system. Everything that you can imagine that you would need in your business is built into Hot Prospector. I mean, it's a very powerful tool, and it's enterprise, so it's not, this isn't some rinky-dink software that doesn't get updated. We have a full team of developers that work on it on a daily basis. So it's a very powerful tool. David said, I did Maps Mentor Webby with you the other week. Have you had any success prospecting that type of service? How have you prospected? David, the same exact thing that I just did right now would be exactly how I would sell any of my services. And it's exactly how I've sold everything since I got started. It's exactly how I've sold since I got started. I like to get a prospect on the phone and show them where they need my help. Look at their business website with them, talk to them about how I can fix it. The one thing that I've changed between, back when I first got started and now is I charge a lot more for my services, and I've found that if I'm going to charge a lot more for my services, I have to handle the sales process a little bit differently, and that means going and spending time, researching them a little bit more, knowing more about them, and providing a solution that they know that they need fixed. That's all. Maps Mentor should be a part of it. If that, if you want to offer local placement on the Google Maps, why not? So yeah, if you have that, that's an expertise. Look, David, there are a lot of companies like, you know, there's companies here in Vegas, local, what is it called? 411 Locals is one. Look, this 411locals.com. These guys charge $100 a month to get somebody on the first page of Google. And they do all the spammy things in the world that they need to do in order to get you there, right? You're not competing against them. You're competing against, you know, and that kind of business isn't going to get the customers that I just talked to today. That guy I talked to today, Hector, was way too smart to waste $100. He's looking to invest in his business and things that's going to actually get him help, right? That's why he asked the question, is this SEO? I know right away he's been pounded on SEO. If I would have said yes, I would have been done. I would have been done, son. Right? I would have been so done. If I would have, you know, no, I'm going to get you ranked on Google for, you know, 5 keywords and I'm going to help you get lots of first page rankings, and, you know, then he'd have been like, nah, that's okay. Because guess what? Everybody talks that language. Switch up your language and say, I'm going to get you customers. I'm going to help you get more prospects. And you know what? Coming in and putting Maps Mentor or any, you know, which is actually called Google for Business for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about. This is Google for Business. Anybody that shows up here in these top listings, that's what he's talking about with the Maps Mentor, right? But Google for Business should be a part of your strategy until the wheels fall off. Google My Business, whatever. Google for Business, Google My Business. You say tomato, I say tomato. All I care about is what goes into my bank account. But you get the point, right? Just you know, make this stuff as part of your arsenal. You know, the other thing is this Lyft Local that I'm working with Mike Kuchon. I mean, if you haven't seen this is $50. You get $49. You go out and you buy this platform. You have the ability to then go in here and make ads, create display ads in like a few clicks that you can launch without knowing anything about ads. Look, I built these 4 one day just messing around in 5 minutes. I mean, this is stuff that the big companies are charging thousands of dollars for, and you have at your fingertips. You get something like this. You build your tool belt so that way you can come in and dominate. Dominate it. Actually, I'm working on selling some ads on Lyft Local. I just got it. So I actually pitched it on that call yesterday on YouTube. I didn't pitch it. I mean, I'll probably offer it to this guy if I see a value, you know, to Hector. $1,000 a month for 100,000 impressions is what it costs. If you're on the fence, just get it. It's not. I mean, what size of the ads doesn't matter because they're everywhere. You know, they're the size of the ads that need to be displayed wherever they're being displayed. I don't know. I don't get into semantics. I get into just closing deals. You know what I mean? Check it out. This is the ad. Design. Here you go. You can actually make whatever kind of designs you want. And I know, see, that's probably some of you guys that are like really detail oriented and all that stuff. You probably look at me and you're like, how does this guy make money? He doesn't care about any of that stuff. Some people ask that. No, they don't. Nobody cares. All they care about is are they going to make money? Somebody asked, what is my affiliate link for Lyft Local? It's just go to Lyft. It's mark-helton.com/Lyft Local, Lyft-local-value. I'll just drop it in here if you want it. But I mean, it's if I send it out and I say, hey, you should get this. If you're doing what I do in your business and you're trying to build more value for your customers, then I'm telling you that because I know that it can help you, right? But look at these different ads. You know, I'm not trying to sell this right now because it really doesn't need sold. It's awesome. You know, you create an ad. I'm having some internet difficulties right now, but you create the ad. You load your photos in there. It has custom photos If you don't have if the client don't have photos that it pulls automatically, it uses. You can add, you know, professional photos and all that stuff. I mean, it takes like literally 5 minutes to build an ad, and then when you're done, you just click finalize, select your package. This is the pricing packages that they already have. So they have 100,000 for $997, 225 for $1997. This is the retail price. Your wholesale costs on that, you get a discount. It's like half of that. So you can make $500, you can make $1,000, and then you can make $1,500. I'd be trying to sell this one all day. 400,000 impressions, you know, for a business, that's pretty good. No, that's whole. This is retail. This is a retail. Anyways, guys, I didn't come on here to sell this. I'm just trying to give you some things to think about in your business. When you're talking to these clients, don't get stuck on reputation marketing. I mean, nothing against reputation and, you know, all that stuff. I mean, it's important. It should be part of a good strategy for a business. But if you think you're going to go out and compete against the big boys, you can't scale that big. You know, so many people in here are so focused on scale that they forget about what they're here for, and that's profit. Do you want to have a big business that you have to go in and everybody worships the ground you walked on because, you know, you've generated 100,000 employees? Okay, great. And the stuff that I'm teaching you is probably not going to help you. I mean, I guess you could scale it, but if you're looking to build a big business that you can easily run, makes you a lot of money, profit, and you don't have to do a lot of work, well then the stuff that I'm showing you is going to help you. Awesome. Okay, well guys, it looks like we have exhausted all of our call or questions today, and with that said, I'm going to, I guess, call it a day. For those of you that have my recording or have a recording of this, if you could please send it over, because the rest of this webinar wasn't recorded, which stinks. I shouldn't have went through Camtasia. That's my fault. Or Screencast-O-Matic. Other than that, thanks for coming out, guys, and we'll see you on the next call.